All right. I'm Sean, and I guess we're gonna talk about love and how applying some specific perspectives, mindsets, images, I guess you could say, to pretty much any and everything that I do. I've got some pretty awesome results. So this is video number 1, and so I guess what I want to do in this video is just explain, I guess in a little bit of detail, what that means. First, I have to explain that I come from a lot of dysfunction, and everything that I've seen or been taught indirectly has shaped, or it shaped my perspective and the way that I interacted in my environment. The choices I made, a long time ago, were based on what I knew at the time. And today, when as I become, or as I remain, I should say, as I remain mindful and aware of myself and the impact that I have, not just on myself, but on the people around me, and I'm accountable to that. So I make it a point to lead by example and do the right thing. And anyways, keeping it simple, man, staying in the moment. And God, so I gotta say, it took a really low being, in a sense, broken, and in those moments of intense pain, great pain, incredible things happen. And over time, something grew, and as I fed it and gave it time, energy, and effort, something continued to grow and develop. So what I'll explain is that process, and I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. And as we do other videos and we touch on specific areas, I'll try to provide more specific clarification, I guess. So anyways, what ended up happening was I realized that my understanding, my concept of love, was really dysfunctional. And when all of that became clear to me, the way that I treated myself, the way that I loved myself, immediately changed. And when I started treating myself differently, and I started applying different mindsets, the results that I've got have just been incredible. But so I'll give you an example. In the beginning, what I would do is, when I meditate, or when I just kind of check in with myself, I close my eyes and I'll just clear my mind, and I'll see myself just in an open space. And whenever I would look down, it'd be like being in a 3D environment. When I would look down, I would see a crack on the ground, and it occurred to me that I needed to water that crack. And if I give it water and I do that consistently, that I'm going to get good results. And in my mind, I brought water to the crack, I watered it, and I did this over time. This is like, I'm sharing the specific visualization at the time, and I had to do this on a daily basis. And over the course of, I'd have to say, like 6 months, the visualization has changed, man. And what I see now, like when I close my eyes and I go there, it's like these huge waterfalls that pour into like an open canyon, and there's this huge tree, and as big as it is on top, the root base is the same, and the trunk is just it's a big, strong, healthy tree, and it doesn't require me bringing the water from point A to point B. In my mind, it doesn't take that kind of effort today. I can just go there and I see it, and it's all about the visualization. It's what I put into it, what I choose to see, and the different tools that play a big part in that whole process. I'll get into, but I just want to focus on the visualization. So, we are what we eat. We are what we think. We're gonna get exactly what we put into things. If you go back to the Bible, like it talks about, you reap what you sow. When we put in the work, when we dedicate ourselves, and we put in the time, energy, effort, and the love, the results that we get are incredible. And so I want to go back to the visualization. A lot of things that I had to do to rebuild me, to build myself up because of that dysfunctional love. A lot of those thought processes involved me doing things to show myself love. And, I realize a lot of things that we do on a daily basis become mindless action. We just do it. And it's something that we know, things that we're familiar with. And if we can do these things with little effort, and we're not conscious of what we're doing, if it's not something that we're enjoying, if it is what it is, if it's mindless action, then we're just duplicating something that we've seen or been taught, or whatever. And anyways, so staying mindful and staying on top of me and my stuff. I got to be aware of, not just me, not just of the effect that I have on myself, but I have to be aware of the level at which I influence the people around me. And I'm learning that I can play a really big role in the lives of the people that I'm around, my family members. And instead of getting caught up in any of the things that have happened, from then to here, like I can see the dysfunction. I can see that something happened somewhere along the line, and that where we're at's not the best of places. So I'm so ready to move past that. I just want to be part of the solution and do what I can to help them grow. And I got to give them time, energy, effort, and my love, because often I'm finding that a lot of the people that I'm encountering have lost touch with how to take care of themselves, and how to give themselves time, energy, effort, and love. And it's really important, man. It's so important. It's so important that we put ourselves first, in a sense of giving ourselves time, energy, effort, and love, because if we're not going to give ourselves those things, then how can we effectively give them to somebody else? So I know that I'm finding that I'm more, how can I say, I have more of an effect on people when, I don't know, man, I'm just genuine and real, at least to the best of my ability. I just try to stay on top of the little things that I do in the moment, and I try to keep things about me. Actually, I don't try. I keep things about me, and it's about just me inside of me. It's not outside of me. My day's not going to be good or bad because of the weather or because of my interaction with others at my job or interaction with my family members, my day's gonna be awesome because I choose for it to be awesome today. I have a choice, and I've learned to make that choice each and every morning, and I apply those images, man. The perspective. How can I say it? It's love in action. It's love in action. I have to be today. The way I look at it is that I have to be applying my time. It has to take up my energy. I've got to put effort into it, and it's got to be something that I want. I got to care about it. If I'm spending my time doing it, then it's got to be something I care about because it's getting my time. Today I can say I've gotten away from most of the television. I'll stop and watch a little bit of whatever anybody else might be watching, in passing, and or the occasional movie. I'd rather not watch those things alone though. And yeah, I try to be very aware of my time. I have to. It's really valuable to me today, and when I'm aware of the fact that the people around me, my family, and just about everybody that I come in contact with, if when we talk, if I can ask them about the things that they do for themselves and how they see them as that, what do you do for you? What's your expression of love, for yourself? And a lot of people are saying that they don't have anything, they're not doing anything. They don't do anything. There's people that are on top of their shit, they exercise, they run, they're productive, they live active lives, and the results that they get are probably incredible. And maybe that just comes naturally to them, Maybe that's what they do mindlessly, without effort. I just know most of my life I've done the wrong thing when I haven't applied myself, and the results that I got, man, honestly, I've always got what I visualized, what I've imagined, and I'll try to get into depth a little bit more about that later on. But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on the imagery. Like today, I got to be accountable of how I see things, how I look at them, and because I've found and I've learned, not just of my own, through my own experiences. I've spent the last few months reading a handful of books that have really added some incredible perspective to my life, and it's changed the way that I see things, the way that I see the world, the way that I see just everything. And knowledge is power, man. God bless us. They put the awesome stuff in those books, and most of us don't pick them up and read them, and we get caught up watching TV, and we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not taking care of our families, and we get caught up in the bullshit, And man, all I know is if I can get the kind of results that I'm getting, and they're consistent. They are consistent. I know that I can show other people how to do it, and if I can give it to other people, why not, right? Why not share what I've learned with others? And yeah, man, I've learned how to treat myself a little bit better, how to love myself a little bit better, just by changing my perspective, shifting it around a little bit, and incorporating positive thought, positive imagery. I add that to the things that I already do, you know, things that were done mindlessly before now have these positive applications added to them. So while I do these things, there's like, imagine construction for a fairly large sculpture that involves a couple people, you know, putting in the work. They're building and designing the sculpture, something that's being built, and it's being turned into a beautiful expression of somebody's vision, you know? And to build something like that, to make it, it requires time, energy, effort. And if somebody or the people that are doing something like that love what they're doing, what they're gonna get is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be incredible. And man, there's no greater drug than love. There is nothing better than love. And I get excited, man. Like I've learned to tap into, you know, I grew up most of my life, and I've always thought or felt like something was just missing, right? Like there was this empty void. And what I've learned is that what was there was just beyond my understanding. And what I've often desperately searched for, you know, and settled often for anything that I could perceive as love. You know, my standards were so low. And man, when I started to realize and think that everything that I want and need is right here inside of me. See that void, it's not empty, and it hasn't been empty. See, it's always been slap ass full of everything that I need. And I've already got it. I've always had it. Nobody told me though, you know. See, another subject, but everything that's been fed to me, I've been conditioned to disconnect. I've been conditioned to get distracted and to get caught up in the bullshit. You know, I've been inadvertently led to the fuckery, you know, and I'm not even mad about it. It's all good, you know, because above all that bullshit, I've managed to rise above. And man, I gotta take everybody with me. I gotta take all of you with me. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not give it away? And man, all I know is today, man, often my life is, and I have moments that are full with so much emotion, you know, like I'm driving around and I'll just start fucking crying because of the shit that I'm thinking about, you know. And you know, it's really overwhelming at times, but I just feel it, you know. I embrace it, and everything. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful as it comes in, you know. I gotta move the paintbrush, you know. I've gotta paint. I've gotta make it beautiful. I gotta be accountable for the things that come in. You know, I can't control what comes in, as a matter of fact, you know, because it's gonna come, and I don't know where it comes from, but when it comes, I just gotta direct it. I can't let the things that I think about weigh me down. I can't let them make me sad. And I can't choose to do things that take me away from me, you know? I gotta be on top of it. I gotta be on top of me. I gotta lead by example, and I gotta give it away, man. I gotta show everybody how simple it is, you know? And most importantly, I gotta show it to my family. I gotta give it to my family. Because they need it just as much as I do. We all need it. We all need each other, you know? And we all gotta be here for each other. We gotta give each other our time, our energy, our effort, and our love. And we gotta help each other, you know? Well, the feeling that I get when I do that, when I'm giving, man, it's so incredible. And I've done a lot of things in my life, man, good, bad, or indifferent, you know, and drugs and just everything, man. Lots of bad choices, and I've learned over the years what not to do, you know. I've learned how to hurt people and how to be real selfish. And man, I can just see I can see the things that I've learned, the way that I've learned to interact with people. I can see how I can use it today for a positive. So, like, I got to be accountable to that, you know. If there's something that I can give, and if I can give it in a way that people will identify with it, you know, I got to do it. I feel like it's the right thing to do. And yeah, man, that is it. Holy crap, it's so exciting. You know, in the videos that are to come, I'm gonna try to break things down, and I'm gonna make some notes and try to get and be as organized as I can, because I want to convey everything in a simple way that's easy for everybody to understand, you know. And if anybody has questions, man, please ask me. I'm more than willing to give my time, my energy, my effort, because if any of the things that I'm doing, if they can help anyone improve their level of living, you know, how they live, how they see their life, how they see themselves, how they interact with their family, how they interact with their children, if I can give anything that helps, you know, I want to do that. So that's why I do it today. I want to do it for my family. You know, I want to do it for my son. You know, my brother has a daughter, and I gotta get inside, man. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes, South Florida. Anyways, I love all you, and man, my goal today is to touch the world and touch everybody and give the love that I've found, what I've learned. I gotta give it to everyone, man. You know, I got it. I figured it out. I figured out what works for me. I'm not saying it's gonna work for everybody, but I think it's gonna work for a lot of us, a lot of y'all. But we'll see. Please share your results with me, man, as we go through this process. You know, as this develops and grows, I need all the help I can get. I need all the feedback I can get to turn this into something that you know, that changes the world, that feeds the positive. You know, I've learned that I got to feed one or the other. You know, I got one on each side, and if I'm not giving it to one, I'm giving it to the other. That's how I see it. So I got to make sure I'm on top of my shit, and I'm feeding the good guy. But yeah, peace. God bless y'all. Thank you for your time. Bless you.